Hey everyone, welcome back to Mr. Holland's Classroom, where today we're going to be doing UFLI, Lesson 76, Day 2, where we're reviewing all the ending patterns that we've been talking about in the last few videos. So let's take a look. We're going to start with our new concept review. It's not really new because we've been doing this every lesson for the past couple weeks. So if you haven't seen those lessons, go back a couple in our playlist. But let's start talking about it. So the first ones we were talking about were the long vowel with a consonant consonant. The reason why we're practicing it is because usually a long vowel comes, if there's a sneaky E, or if it's an open syllable, or if it's a vowel team. But in this case, it doesn't follow that rule, and there's 5 of them. So the first one is ild, like wild. The second one is eind, like mind. The third one is old, like told. Olt, like bolt. And ost, like host. So if you see that spelling pattern, instead of saying hast, you'll go, wait, that doesn't sound right. It doesn't follow that rule. So that's why we were practicing that. The second one we were practicing is Y at the end of the syllable. And this Y doesn't make a yit sound. It makes a I sound, like ice cream or my. We also talked about Y, not at the end of the syllable, at the end of the second syllable. So in words like baby and puppy, this doesn't make an I sound and it doesn't make a Y sound, it makes the E sound. Baby, puppy. If you try to put an E at the end, it would definitely look like it makes the A say its name, but it wouldn't, like, we think E at the end of a word doesn't say anything. So that's why the Y is there. It makes a long E sound. Okay, cool. The last type we were talking about, the last ending we were talking about is the stable, final stable syllable, L-E. E doesn't make a vowel sound, and every syllable should make a vowel sound, but this is stable because it stays the same, like table, puzzle. So it's its own syllable, yet it doesn't make a vowel sound. That's why it's called the final stable syllable. Let's move on. Everyone read with me. Hold, try, study, little. Okay, good. As we move into our word work, my friends are going to get their boards out. One of the biggest things to focus is you're starting to see that now we're getting to a point where we're making multi-syllable words, which is called multisyllabic, if you've ever heard that term. So that's why we're practicing these endings, because they add syllables to the mix here, okay? Let's get our boards. Okay, this is going to be a little bit interesting because of the types of endings that we have. So normally I would have consonant, vowel, consonant, or I put the consonant in the middle. I'm going to, but it'll make the ending look a little bit funky, so just bear with me. The first word we're going to do is handle, and this is how I'm going to spell it. And with the ol stable syllable. So handle, okay? It's a little weird, but bear with me. We're keeping the vowel sound in here. Then we're going to change handle to hand. And so I don't need this anymore. Hand, and this is the whiny A because there's an N there. So and okay, now we're gonna change hand to handy. Like someone's very handy. They're good at fixing stuff. And E, what goes there? Oh, it sounds like a long E, so I put an E there. No, it's the Y that makes the E sound at the end of the second syllable. So hand D. Okay? Or some people might say hand E, but hand D would be the proper way to do it. But anyway, let's change handy to candy. I want candy. Mr. Holland, is this your K? Well, K takes I or E, so C takes the other 3. Good. Now change candy to can. And I don't need D anymore. Can. Then we're going to change can to fan. And still whiny A. Then we're going to change fan to fin. Fin. Then we're going to change fin to find. Whoa, what happened there? It became a long, so do I need to put an E there? I-nd. Is that ed? Do I put ed there? No.
No.
This is that "ind" that I was talking about earlier, like mind and wind. Find. Like, I need to go find my papers. Now, there is a way that you could spell with an ed at the end. That's talking about the past tense of fine. Like getting, having to pay something. Fine. But anyway, I'll stop nerding out. All right, we're going to change find to mind. Ind. And then we're going to get real tricky here, so pay attention. We're going to change mind to my. I. Oh, okay, so it's this. That doesn't look right. If you're Spanish, if you read Spanish or speak Spanish, that looks like still like me, but that's not how you say my. We need to put the Y there at the end of that syllable. And then we're going to change my to by. But I was all by myself. Anyway, all right, now we're going to erase our boards, put them away. Now we're going to go into our irregular words. So let's take a look. We're only reviewing. We have 4 of them to review. And actually, funny enough, let's see the first one. The first one is 4. Like I have 4 words to review. So 4, fourth, 4T. Oh, look at that. It's got that Y at the end. 4T. Okay, and then the last one we learned yesterday. People. Awesome. Cool. Now we're going to go into our connected text. So I need my boys. You know what? I always have the boys go first. Girls, do this with me. Many people like candy apples. Okay, now boys. Does the little pony have a bridle? Everyone, read together. The lady holds the baby while walking. Okay. Now, my friends already have their decodable text in front of them, so they're going to read from that. If you don't have that, you could just find it on their website, print it off. Anyway, but let's look. Today's story is a trip to the jungle. Salma and Felix are going on a trip to the jungle. They packed their duffel bags and got on a plane to Brazil. Once in Brazil, they rode a shuttle to the jungle. In the jungle, they saw an anaconda in the grass. They also saw a sloth dangle from a vine. At the end of their trip, they even got to see a puma. Pumas like to hide, so not many people get to see them in the wild. Salma and Felix were thrilled. I am so happy we got to see these animals, said Salma. Me too, said Felix. We're all done. Give yourselves a round of applause, pat on the back, kiss on the brain. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.